Unfortunately, sometimes slam community or performance community, we almost have this assumption that if you're a poet, then clearly you have to be a liberal, that if you're creative, then there's no way you could also be conservative. And I'm liberal, but I have a lot of friends and students and family members that I invite to shows, and they're like, yeah, it was a pretty cool show, but the whole time it was all these poems that were like bagging on my political beliefs and making it seem like I'm an evil person just because I think this, or, you know, and I felt like, that is kind of a problem sometimes with shows, is people preach to the choir and don't have solutions. They just are pointing fingers at other people. So I wrote this poem as kind of a, well, I hope we realize that that's not okay to do. All right? So that is a long explanation, ain't it? Thanks for sticking with me on that. All right. I was at this swanky club, and this frat boy Jaeger bomber knocked over a scrawny emo kid and said, "Out of my way, fag." Yeah. So I stood up on my bar stool, threw my rum chata at his feet, and yelled, "Listen, you big bag of jock itch." The DJ, rit, stopped the music. Everyone got quiet, and looked at me. "Yeah, you defensive tackle, knuckle-dragging bully. I'll have you know that you're so homophobic, you had your bicuspids removed." What? "You know, fag is a British term for cigarettes, so my words will smoke you to the filter, because I may not be blah, 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 slam poem, blah, blah, I'm a righteous hero, I win at life." I was at a show, and I heard this poem, and thought, whoa, wait, what? No, this did not happen. A poet did not jump up on a bar stool, stop the music, and dazzle word-hungry onlookers with a mind-blowing display of Cyrano, wit, and intellect. Touché. No, Dude Man Poet quietly shook his head, wished he could say something, but then constructed comebacks on a napkin, turned that into a slam poem, and then preached to an open mic choir to thunderous applause. Well done, poet. Your contrived, righteous approach practically ensures the people who need to hear this poem the most either won't be in attendance when you read, or if they are, it's the perfect example of how they're stereotyped just as poorly as you claim to hate stereotypes. They will leave feeling alienated, misrepresented by a hypocrite, will never return and tell all their friends how pretentious and hateful liberals can be. Thanks a lot. It's almost as if poetry shows can be like zombie movie scenarios, where the last remaining humans feel like they're huddled inside of their shows, fending off the undead conservatives with torches of words while they're hearing brains, Fox News, NASCAR. But not every conservative is Bill O'Reilly's minion, just as every liberal isn't Jon Stewart's parrot. Not every jock uses roids and roofies, and not every dubstep fan does drugs. They just have god-awful taste in music. But if we're blessed with the ability to craft dynamic and thought-provoking work, and we are, then we're also blessed with the ability to write with compassion, reach across the aisles to a wider audience, and invite unlike minds to share the microphone as a torch that we can carry together. Thank you. Now I am over here. All right. Thank you to the lighting people for keeping my movement under control and lighting me.